Morning, guys. I don't know if anyone is here or not. Any of you here, please let me hear. And also, please let me know if you guys can hear me perfectly or everything, nothing is wrong. Just let me know. Alex Khurshid, you're here. Thank you, brother, for being over here. Not interested to go for any kind of trade, but would love to read the markets as well. You will read the market. Good morning, RS. How are you, brother? Who else is here actually? Six people are watching. Make sure that all of you have given me the likes. Okay, so six people, six likes. Can you please do it? Like six people, six likes. Can you please do it for me? Nine people actually, but it's still two likes. Can you guys please push the like button? Please do that for me. Please do that. Today's kind of holiday, so just go for the likes. Good morning, Sudivan. Thank you, brother, for being over here. Thank you for coming here. Around the morning, I was really so upset because my screen was not good. The right side of my screen was faded. It's still, I don't know you guys can see it or not. It's flipping a bit small, flipping. It's here. If anything happens to my display, maybe I'll take some days off because I have to fix this. Okay, but we'll see. Good morning. Yo. Hey, Precious. Sorry, Precision. INC. Thank you, brother, for being over here. Please, guys, push the like button. Now it's 7 likes out of 28 people. Thank you so much for giving me the likes. First of all, I'm really not interested to go for any kind of trade. You can see here, if you click on that area, you'll be able to see this on. Okay. So market is going to close around 115 because it's UTC minus 6 according to the New York time. It should be US UTC minus 5. Okay, so 1 hour difference, so it's gonna close around 115 today. 115, not 12:50. 12:50 is the Eastern time. 115 market is going to close. It's a short day and tomorrow is holiday, so of course these days are not high probable day to trade. Most of the times it's low volatility and consolidation day, but if there is some kind of run, we'll try to look for that run. Overall, this is the lowest probable time to trade. Lowest probable time in trading history, around the Christmas. All of the people are busy for the Christmas. Okay, something like that, except us who are the retail trader who trade through the monitor, digital monitor, something like that. Except us, the real trader who actually trade through the Wall Street, spent like billion, trillion of the dollars, million of the dollars. They are not going to trade like today, tomorrow. So this is the lowest probable time to trade. Make sure that you're not obsessed to go for any kind of trade. Either you will push your button if there is something like 100%, like the best setup, like A plus 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 setup, and you can go for the trade. Otherwise, just read the market today and tomorrow. It's Christmas. Enjoy the Christmas. And most of you are Christian, if I'm not wrong. Of course, guys, this is your time to go out and like enjoy the time. It's the time, so please don't waste your time in front of the monitor, a computer monitor. Instead of that, go outside, enjoy your time with your family. Just enjoy it, man. It will come, it will be gone, and it's not coming back until the next year. So please enjoy this festival. Everyone, Merry Christmas. I will be here just to read the market to see how it is going to work, but again, I'm not interested to go for any kind of trade today. Make sure that you are also not going for any kind of trade today. However, uh, I would love to go with the NQH daily chart. This is yesterday's candle. So if you were with me yesterday, while I was doing the pre-market analysis, I told one thing to you. Remember, those people who are interested for previous day low, previous day high, this is the day. Tuesday is the day where you will wait to see previous day low to be taken, and then it will go toward the previous day high. It doesn't need to take the previous day high, but it will go toward the previous day high. If it cleared the previous day high, it's perfect. This is called manipulation. That means market has manipulated previous day low, then it went for the previous day high. If you look for this information, because a lot of you keep pushing me, brother. Previous day low is taken, previous day week has taken, now it will go for the previous day high, previous week high. Man, it is only valid for Tuesday, not always. Most of the time it's only valid on Tuesday. Previous day low, previous day high is highly important on Tuesday. First date, then sorry, first time, then price. A specific kind of price you will expect a specific of the time. So if you go to the daily chart or daily thing is your highest priority, then Tuesday is the best day. Look for previous day high, previous day low, previous week high, previous week low, something like that. Okay. So please keep that in your mind, because most of the time, if you go on the Tuesday, you will be able to see that after clearing the previous day low, or if the Friday low is near to previous day low, like here Tuesday candle, even if it doesn't clear previous day high, after clearing previous day low, it will go toward that previous day high. It doesn't need to clear again. So when it is falling, you will keep looking for a bullish PDRA on your left, and when you will see the bullish PDRA started to respect, you will start to go for the previous day high. It doesn't need to go for that previous day high again, but it will go toward that previous day high. So if you remember that specific day on Tuesday, you see 16 December, market first fall, cleared previous day low, then it started to go higher, failed to go until the previous day. You don't need that. If you go another Tuesday over here, very tricky, but still this low has been cleared over here. This is another Tuesday. First it fall, cleared Monday low, Friday low is here, so I don't need to worry about the Friday low. Cleared previous day low, start to go toward the previous day high. Again, it doesn't need to clear the previous day high, but it will go toward that previous day high. So you are waiting, and you have seen the previous day low is taken. You look on your left. Do you have any bullish PDRA? If you have any bullish PDRA, market has given you some kind of run or some kind of setup. You will look for the buy with so much confidence that it is going for the previous day high. Again, it doesn't need to take previous day high. It will go toward that previous day high. So if you are able to frame a setup or a trade maybe near here, and it was a run of 115 handle, out of 115 handle maybe you have got like 40 handle, more than enough for being profitable. Go another Tuesday. Okay, so here around here what happened, it cleared previous day high. Around this area it cleared previous day high, and after clearing the previous day high, it never fall. Now you can say, brother, there is a small fall, but it happened actually after the closing, market close. So in that day, okay, perfectly, it go above the previous day high, and now I started to look for sell. For example, just depending on that manipulation things. Okay, so here lot other factor works. For example, am I bearish in that specific day? Am I bearish or am I bullish? If I'm bullish, then I will first wait for this market to go below the previous day low over here. Again, the Monday, if it did the TGIF, lot other things are very with that information. But first thing you have to understand that if you are looking for previous day low and high, Tuesday is the best day for looking the previous day high and previous day low, depending on other factors like bias, TGIF, lot other factors. So please keep that in your mind. Yesterday was a perfect manipulation day. Market has cleared previous day low. That was the bullish fair value gap. I showed you guys, if you remember yesterday, that bullish fair value gap and that weekly volume imbalance. So it didn't come to this area. Instead of that, it has traded the volume imbalance or new week opening gap. Then it went higher, take previous day high. I'm extremely bullish for this buy side liquidity. Before going for this buy side liquidity, I can have some kind of reaction from this volume imbalance over here. If I come to this 4 hour chart, I told that it can maximum fall until this breaker block over here plus this fair value gap over here. Didn't do that. I don't need that. If you were with me yesterday, you already know that how we have framed these trades and how we are bullish, how we have managed all of these things. You are with me, so it doesn't need to explain all of these things again. This could be the maximum fall. It doesn't fall until that area. Trade this with new week opening gap, constant crossment, come back again to the top of this new week opening gap high, and then market went higher, clear previous day high, and then market has just closed above this or to say, I mean, the 4 hour bearish fair value gap. So it has closed above this 4 hour bearish fair value gap. Finally, it's just trading to this small new day opening gap. Around this area, there is a small new day opening gap. I think it's not over there, it's here actually. We'll see that in lower time frame. However, from the 4 hourly chart, I don't have any sell side liquidity. You can clearly see that this low has been cleared over here by the body. There is no sell side liquidity left over here. Market went higher, come here, and then right now market is trading around this area. If I look on my left, I can see this is a bearish order block around this area. This candle is the bearish order block that is being traded right now. The opening of this order block is being traded. Now, if it can keep going all of these things, of course it can do that. We'll see that later from 15-minute chart. I would love to mark this buy side liquidity today, which I'm interested to see to be taken. Again, it doesn't look like a buy side liquidity, but if you switch the contract to NQZ, you'll be able to see there is a beautiful buy side liquidity. Now, why it's not beautiful buy side liquidity over here? Because the contract has been changed. Nobody was trading this contract around that time. So the importance of this price action is from NQZ, not from NQH, because nobody was trading NQH around that time. Everyone was trading NQZ around that time. And I will go to the NQZ to see, can it build the liquidity? Did it build the liquidity or did it take the liquidity? Go to your NQZ, you will see there is a beautiful buy side liquidity. So this is relatively equal highs. I'll just mark the high of this area. This is a beautiful buy side liquidity over here, which is my main target below this buy side liquidity. So this liquidity will be taken or not, which is the extreme liquidity, I have no idea, because below this area I have this new week opening gap around this area. So I have no idea it is going to be cleared by this week or not. I have no idea, but this is the liquidity that is my intention to see market is going to clear. So right now is that buy side liquidity around here. From 15-minute chart, to take a closer look around this area, what happened to that specific leg from here to here. So start to look from there. Okay, from here, look for that very small gap. I don't mark this type of gap as my last fair value gap. I prefer something very specific, very clean to see, and you can see this gap over here, which is a beautiful gap. Now again, if you mark this one as a breakaway gap or the last fair value gap, you can mark it as an entry gap. I will say this is the last fair value gap because it is easier to mark, easy to see, or whatever you say, which is from 15-minute chart. I'll just mark it as my 15-minute bullish fair value gap around here prior to 9:30, as I am bullish, and you have seen that this market has traded this gap. Until this market is above this gap, I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. My buy is valid for this high which has cleared over here. That high has been cleared by that high, which is a shallow run or the obvious liquidity. So I'll mark just this high, but you can mark simply these highs. So you can do it like this way. This can be your buy side liquidity. Let me keep it like that way, which is in short period of time my target. In short period of time my target. So I have extremely buy side liquidity here, which is my weekly target. And there is the other one. I here. This is the, I mean, highest buy side liquidity. But this is my short-term buy side liquidity, which is my target for this week. And for the session, this is the buy side liquidity over here, which is for the session, it is my liquidity. On my left-hand side, there is an area. You can see there is no gap from 15-minute chart. So I don't need to worry about this area to think that market is going to reverse from there, because high time frame is not saying me anything. I can simply look for the buying opportunity until this market is above this bullish fair value gap. If it go below this 15-minute bullish fair value gap, I have some sell side liquidity here. This whole zone, look at this zone. It's a beautiful support zone because market has perfectly supported this zone. If it break this, maybe if I get some opportunity to get some kind of sell from here to here, I'll go for that, which is 14 handle. Of course, I don't think so it's a good idea go for that 14 handle. However, if it starts to fall, I will wait to see. For example, like this way, it closed below this area. Okay, so I have no interest to go for this type of falling or taking that fall because the range is very small. So what I will do, I will wait this market to clear the sell side liquidity, let him fall as long as it would love to fall, and when I will see something on my left, kind of this order block, Lowest down close body close candle, which is that order block, which is an sorry, unfinished business. We'll see if it can trade this order block and then give me the bullish setup for this buy side liquidity. If it happens like that way, that is the best case of scenario for me. I would love to go for this buy because I really don't want to catch that leg, which is a very small leg, and I don't know how far it will fall. Can maximum fall until this 50-minute last fair look up one more time to be respected, and then can start to go higher for this buy side liquidity. I just don't know how far it will fall. When I don't know how far it will fall, I'm not interested to catch that leg. The leg, I don't know the end line. I would love to catch the leg which I know the end line, where is how far maximum this market can go. I have this buy side liquidity, obvious liquidity, so I know that this is my end line. Above this end line, I have this end line over here, end line. Okay, so end line, end line, whatever you say, on the finishing line. So if I have the finishing line, I'll go for that trade. If I don't have the finishing line, I don't have any intention to go for that trade. Overall, this is holiday, so make sure that you're not over trading, or even please don't go for the trade. Instead of that, just read the market, enjoy the price action, that's all. Okay, so we can keep framing the trade. Even if it doesn't work, we'll just keep watching, just for today and tomorrow. This today, let it go. Anytime my skin can be faded again because it's like shaking a lot, flipping a lot. I don't know you guys can notice it or not, but it's really so eye disturbing for my eyes because it's like pumping. Okay, like how to say, beating, something like that. Okay, if it get faded, maybe I'll close the stream and then I will take some days break until I can fix it. I'm so sorry for that, but this is something what happened like yesterday night suddenly. So not yesterday, like to the morning when I opened my laptop, start my laptop, and I saw that 50% of that screen was faded, and then I closed it, restart it after 1 hour. Now it's better. Okay, I can use it, but it's like beeping a lot, like bumping a lot. If my skin is gone, maybe I'll take some break until I can fix it. Okay, hope it is understandable for all of you. However, today this is today's new day opening gap that has been broken over here, and market is right now after breaking this new day opening gap, it is respecting this new day opening gap. So would love to see this candle is not going to close below this new day opening gap low. And see here, I really don't want to see it will close below this new day opening gap low. If it doesn't close below this new day opening gap low, anytime I'll get a buying opportunity above this constant crossment, I'll be able to take that buy. It closed below this new opening gap low, even if it respect this gap. Remember, prior to 9:30, this is that gap prior to 9:30. If it trade, maybe I won't be able to take any kind of buy because the range is very small. For example, I got a buy over here and the run is until here. It's 12 handle, just 12 handle. So I'm just not interested to go for this 12 handle. See how it is going to react, and the way it is falling, we'll see. On my right hand side, this is the area. It's, remember, it's a very low volatility, very very low volatility. This candle seems like a huge candle. Look at the volatility of that candle, just 29 handle. This 15-minute candle, this big candle, is just 29 handle. So please be careful today to trade because it's not highly volatility. There is no volatility at all. Make sure that you're not over trading, and better let this run go. Okay, for today's price action, let it go. We'll just read the market. We'll see if we can read the market around the holiday, just for learning purpose. Learn 1 minute to go before the market open. If you have any questions, let me know. Hey Sophia, thanks for that penguin. Ajay, good morning, brother. Hey Dora, good morning, and thanks for the penguin, sister. Traded London session green for the day, so tune in to learn. Merry Christmas in advance to all. Thank you, sister. Yeah, please don't try to trade anymore. It's done. Like, just let this go today and tomorrow, and we'll be back again. December is gonna be finished. Then January is also going to be finished. February is our area to do everything, and we are gonna beat this market around February time. Good morning, Tamimi. How are you, sir? I hope you are good, Tamimi. Everything's cool, brother. Hey, Audrey, good morning. JC, good morning, brother. Thank you, brother. This is 9:30 open. I really would love to see if it can give any kind of bullish fair value gap over here to give me the buying opportunity. Now, first of all, this is that gap I told you guys that I really would love to look for any kind of buying opportunity while the market is above this gap. Now, if I get any kind of buying opportunity over here from the fair value gap, before clearing this buy side liquidity, I'll take that buy. That buy has to be above the 50% of this new day opening gap. See, this 50% above this new day opening gap. So if this candle closed here and then give me another buying opportunity here, I'll go for that buy. Otherwise, I'll let this go and I'll see how it is going to trade. But remember, today's market is low volatility. This huge candle, 1 minute huge candle. In other time, you'd love to see that it's 150 handle candle, but now it's just 43 handle, just 43 handle. Can you see how big that candle is? But still 43 handle. So please make sure that you're not over trading. Sorry, you are not actually taking your decision so fast. Let this go, do whatever it wants to do, and then we'll go for the trade. Right now, I'm just watching. I don't have any sell side liquidity. I'm not interested to go for any kind of sell. If it keep falling, I'll let this go. Hey Marbra, I'm good, good brother. Around the morning, I was bit bad mood because my skin was. I thought it's gone, but now it's back. Alhamdulillah. So now I'm happy. When MNQ tapped to last fair value gap. I don't know what happened to MNQ. I'm only interested about NQ, brother. MNQ price action. NQ price action is different. MNQ price action is kind of manipulated price action. NQ price action is the real data, real price, which is precised. Nobody can manipulate this. Good morning, Gangjangpa. Thanks for the penguin, brother. Hey, Teza. Good morning, brother. I really not interested. Go for this buy, which is from this gap. You remember yesterday, the day before yesterday, we have framed, not yesterday, I guess, the day before yesterday. We have framed a buy from, sorry, sell from this type of gap. Today, I'm just not interested to use this gap. Just the reason is it's just below the new day opening gap. So if it was not in that type of scenario, what I would do when the body is going to close above this gap, I would start to look for a buying opportunity from here, and stop loss is going to cover maybe here. Okay, so it's still like 22 handle, which is like here. This candle could be my buy around here. This candle is gonna be my buy, and that could be my target. Now I'm just going to outline it. Okay, not going to take it, just going to outline it to see if it works or not. But remember, it's not something you are going to do today. You will just observe the market to see if it works or not. Two reason: if it was a normal day, for example, it's not an holiday, would I go for this trade? No. Why? Because it's just below this new day opening gap. Highly risky. Now, according to this gap, there is no new day opening gap. Can I go for this trade? This is the best opportunity to go for that buy. The best opportunity to go for the buy. So in normal day, if there was no new day opening gap, that could be my buying opportunity depending on this area. So from the beginning, you know that until this market is above this gap, prior to 9:30, this gap, I'm interested to look for buy. For what? For this buy side liquidity, for that buy side liquidity, for that buy side liquidity. I'm interested to look for buy. What did you see around 9:30? Market first fall before 9:30, used this gap prior to 9:30. Remember, just before 9:30, used this gap, fall, cleared all of these liquidities. All of these liquidities has been cleared, trade to the top of this last fair value gap, build an inverse gap while the some lows left it below this low. Some lows left it. Okay, market left some lows below this low. This is the best area to look for the inversion fair value gap. Look, one other thing, high that has cleared all the buy side liquidity, low that has cleared most of the sell side liquidity. Mark that high and the low. This is the gap around lower quadrant plus the 50% or something like that. Okay, so around lower quadrant, not exactly with the lower quadrant. If this gap could be exactly with the lower quadrant, that could be the best case of scenario to mark this inverse gap. So if this gap was here somewhere, that could be the best case of scenario to use this gap as an inverse gap. But still it is below the equilibrium, and it's kind of in between these two lines. This is how also you can look for this inverse gap to find out the entry opportunity toward your direction. You have to open the regular trading hour. You can see this is the opening gap, very small opening gap that has been, of course, 100% it has been filled. Would love to see the top of this gap is now going to work as a support, or the equilibrium of this gap is going to work as a support, the opening gap. Okay, this is the opening gap. Then it will start to go higher. This one is the opening gap. You can see this is the equilibrium of the opening gap, the 50% of the opening gap. Market fall, trade the opening gap 50%. Can it start to go higher now? I really would love to see this opening gap will work as a support and market will start to go higher by using it. So 50% of this gap is respecting weak did the damage. I don't care about the weak, but body is still respecting the 50% of this opening gap. Love to see it will work as a support and market will start to go higher. At the same time, this is the lowest down close body close candle plus this candle. It's not the water block because this kind of an indecisive candle. I don't like to mark this type of candle as my water block. These two candle is the consecutive water block. Can they work as a support and send the market higher for this buy side? Love to see that. For example, if I were in this trade from this gap, for example, okay, I would love to go for 1:1 partial, which is 20 handle. Also, I can see that clearly. Didn't give me the partial yet. If it could give me some kind of partial over here, maybe I would be able to clear that partial and then hold the trade for this buy side liquidity furthermore. But it didn't do that. Instead of that, just fold, break that new sorry, opening gap as well as the inverse gap. Not a good sign for this market to go higher because it should work them as a support and market should go higher. New day opening gap around here, which is actually holding the market. I really don't want to see it hold the market. Instead of that, I would love to see this candle, 15-minute candle, to close above this new opening gap high. It's not working like that way. Instead of this, that this new opening gap, which is from today, is actually holding the market. Let's see how far it can fall. Why I put my stop loss below this low? The reason is this week that has cleared most of the what to say, I mean the sell side liquidity or the lows and trade the last fair value gap is a very important week to me. That can be traded, the lower quadrant of that week could be traded, so I can simply put my stop loss below the lower quadrant. As it is like low volatility, I just put my stop loss below that week. Again, it's not valid trade, it's not something you are going to take here. This is the equilibrium of that week, so it is respecting, it can maximum trade the lower quadrant of that week before going higher. So far the body has is respecting the lower quadrant, sorry, upper quadrant of that week. Which week? A very specific week that has cleared all other weeks and traded the gap around here. My higher time frame, this is the 50-minute last fair value gap. This is the 15-minute bullish fair value gap prior to 9:30. This is that 15-minute bullish fair value gap. They are holding the market. So This wick that is aligned with these gaps, can it hold the market, send it higher? That's my intention to see. Or is it going to fall and break the low, keep falling, and then maybe fall here somewhere and then go for the buy? This is the last line. This market can maximum trade the lower quadrant of that week. As I told, my stop loss could be below this lower quadrant of that week. Maybe in that type of scenario, I would get stopped out by the week because the week did the damage below the lower quadrant. That's why, as it is low volatility, I just put it below that low. It was highly volatile. Maybe I would cover just the low or something like this, and you would see that I got stopped out. When it could close above this gap, I would go for the re-entry from that gap because I got this stopped out here by the week. Again, as it is low probably low volatility, I just put it below that week, so it's just 22 handle, something like that. This is the last line. I prefer this market can maximum trade. So when it will close, now I'm going to remove this opening gap from my chart because it didn't respect at the beginning. It should be respected here, but it didn't respect. It doesn't have any value to me anymore because it didn't respect the way I was expecting it is going to respect. So I'm going to remove it from my chart. I'm gonna keep this uh, inverse gap here open because, for example, buy anyhow I got stopped out here. Okay, here. So my stop loss was not below this area. I got stopped out here. Just buy anyhow. First time it is going to close above this gap, I would love to take re-entry. Will tap to this gap, I would love to take re-entry, go for this buy side liquidity. So maybe my stop loss was over here, just for the sake of this conversation. It was here because of high volatility and I got stopped out here. It will close above this gap. I would love to take re-entry from this gap for this buy side liquidity. As my stop loss is here, so I don't need to worry about re-entry. But what I can do when it will close above this first gap, I can add more. So pyramiding trade, I can add more over there. Remember, I'm not, when I'm seeing this fall, I'm not thinking that it is going to fall. It is keep going to fall. No, I'm not still interested to see that until this lowest PDR is not going to be broken. This is the lowest PDR that this market can trade before going higher. So I'm not interested to see this market will keep falling. For example, it is falling. Market is falling, falling, falling. I will let all the fall go because I'm not expecting the fall. I will let the fall go, and for the first time, I'll get another buying opportunity. I'll look for that buy again. Let's see if it can give me this time the partial with 22 handle, right? 22 handle. Is that area actually? See if it can provide that partial level on target. Maybe. Here, very small gap. Can you see this gap? I really don't know if you guys can see this gap or not. A very small gap. Let me remove this 50-minute gap from my 1-minute chart. I'll leave it that last fair value gap to my chart. Okay, I'll leave this last fair value gap to my chart. Just from 50-minute chart, remember this is the last fair value gap. This gap prior to 9:30, it's an important gap. Prior to 9:30, the whole day, it's a very important gap. Now, from 1-minute chart, what do you see? There is a very small gap, a very, very, very little gap. I'm going to mark that little gap from here to here. This is my breakaway gap, the breakaway gap. For the sake of this conversion, think that I didn't take the entry from this inverse gap. Okay? I didn't take my entry from this inverse gap. So finally, I found a breakaway gap over here. When I found this breakaway gap, I will wait for another bullish fair value gap around this area, take the buy. So above this bullish breakaway gap, whenever I will find another bullish gap, that's gonna be my entry gap to take the buy. So I didn't use this inverse gap to take my buy. Instead of that, I'm waiting for two fair value gap. Now it is broken, like the body has closed here. I don't give a shit. I will wait for still another bullish gap because first this market fall, failed to clear that low, respected the lower quadrant of this week, build a bullish fair value gap. I just can't believe in this bullish gap, but the next gap market is going to build above this bullish gap. after retesting this bullish gap or without retesting this bullish gap, whatever bullish gap market is going to build, that's a sign that market would love to leave that area by this breakaway gap, and by using the entry gap it will start to go higher until this low is not now taken, because this low is the base of this breakaway gap. This breakaway gap is dependent on this low over here. So until this low is not taken, if it build another bullish gap, that's my entry gap to take the buy. We'll show that. Okay, for example, again, if I would get stopped out here, see this candle close, that candle open, trade this inverse gap, that could be my new buy. If I would get stopped out over here because of my tight stop loss, that could be my new buy. I wouldn't think that, oh okay, it has traded this area, now it is going to fall. It, of course it can fall, but I'm not going to think the market like that way. When it has closed above this inverse gap, that candle tap to this inverse gap, that could be my new buy by putting the stop loss below this low where I got stopped out previously. Now I didn't get stopped out, but I'm just giving you the scenario. If I would get stopped out over here by the tried stop loss, then I would go for the re-entry over here, putting a stop loss below this low, because I know that this low should not be traded one more time, and then it will go higher. From 15-minute chart, you can see this candle is the 931st candle, which is an indecisive candle, which is a sign of the consolidation. Now, today is holiday and market is low volatility. Over here, there's no volatility at all over here. It can be consolidated for the rest of the hour, for the rest of the morning, for the rest of the day, or maybe just for the next few minutes. It can keep consolidated. I'll keep it here, and I will show you about this gap and the new gap. If it build a new gap, again, it's not a trading idea. It's not something like I'm telling you to go for this trade. Nothing. This is a very tough market to trade today. Here, if I would go for the re-entry around this area, my stop loss is below this low, plus 2 tick maybe, because this is low volatility. I'm still surviving because market didn't clear that low. If it cleared that low, then maybe I would get stopped out. So there would be two losses. One, two losses. But as my stop loss is here, still I survived. Okay. I'm cool, Wakas. How are you, sir? Good morning, YouTube motivation. How are you, brother? I want to ask why today you are not waiting for the relatively equal lows, London lows to be taken. I never look for that, sister. Really. I never look for the London lows, London highs. You never listen to me that I'm saying, okay, I'm waiting for the market to go for the Asia low, Asia high, London low, London high. I don't look at them. I have no idea where is the London low, where is the London high. I have no idea about them. Yeah, today's market is going to close around 1 for 15. That's why I'm saying let today go. Don't trade today and tomorrow, don't trade them. Even I told that even if it was not holiday, this entry is not valid. I clearly told you guys, don't go for this trade because of this new day opening gap. You're framing a trade just below the new day opening gap. So even if it works, let this go. Don't go for this trade. Just see how the market should work. Okay. So over here, as you can see around this area, market has built this clean lows. Now I really don't like this type of clean lows where it is precise, like tick by tick, so precise. This low and that low are the exact low. I don't like to see this type of exact low. Market doesn't leave this type of exact low on the table. But if it leave it right now and go for the buy side liquidity at first, then I have to look for the sell. I don't want to see market is going to leave this, because if it leave that and take that buy side liquidity, I have to start to look for sell. Even if this market keep going higher, I have to keep waiting for the selling opportunity, because market left this type of clean lows. So I don't want to see market is going to leave that clean lows before going higher. If it clear that lows by a tick, that is the best case of scenario. Like here, it has cleared that lows, clean lows has been cleared. Now the market will start to go higher. That is the best case of scenario, because then I don't need to think about this market to fall one more time. Again, this gap doesn't have any value to me right now because this low has been cleared. That low was the base of this breakaway gap. When this low has been cleared, I need to gap to look for a buying opportunity if I don't use this inverse gap. When I told that re-entry opportunity, remember why I'm talking about the re-entry opportunity, because my stop loss should be below this low, but because of the volatility, maybe I put my stop loss below that lower quadrant area. So weak did the damage, I got stopped out. Then I will try to take the re-entry by thinking that this low is not going to be taken. And then you can see this market fall one more time, clear that low one more time. My stop loss is below 2 tick, 3 tick below this low. Maybe I'll survive, maybe I'll not survive. I don't know about that. Maybe Weekly did the damage and I'll get stopped out again over here, like one after another. I'll get stopped out. But if I put my stop loss below this low, and I'm able to do that because it's not highly volatility, I don't need to worry about the re-entry because I still didn't get stopped out. I still am seeing that the lower quadrant of this week holding the market, right? It's holding the market. So I don't need to worry about anything else. Whenever it is falling, I'm not getting very afraid that I'm going to get stopped out. First reason, when it started to fall from there, I knew that it can fall for this clean lows. See, market never leave this type of clean lows. If it left that clean lows over here and cleared that buy side liquidity, I wouldn't be able to go for any kind of buy. I have to start to look for the selling opportunity just because of this clean lows. Now what market has done, built the clean lows, trade that area, fall one more time, cleared that clean lows, liquidity has been cleared, market started to go higher. After clearing the liquidity, respecting the lower quadrant, it should go over this inverse gap, never should close below the constant crossment of this inverse gap before clearing the buy side liquidity. The first time it is going to close above this inverse gap, it should not go below this constant crossment of this inverse gap. We are not the supply and demand trader. We cut through the candles. So all of these candles, we are going to cut it through just because we have seen that market actually first engineered the liquidity, cleared. Now this inverse gap is on the line. At the beginning, the reclaimed inverse gap, actually it's not the inverse gap, it's the reclaimed inverse gap, which is now very important for me to see that market should not close below this consonant crossment after closing above this inverse gap. Of course it can fall until here, I don't have any problem, but body has to close above this consonant crossment. So if it fall until here, of course body is not going to close over here, and that's why I'm not expecting it will it will fall until here. So it can fall maybe until the upper quadrant, so this area maximum until the equilibrium maximum, which is going to tell me that I don't need to put my stop loss over here anymore when the body is going to close above this inverse gap, because the job is done over here. When it is going to close above this inverse gap, I know that the candle can maximum fall until this area. Lower quadrant has been done its job. That is the maximum area. So my stop loss should be safe here somewhere. It should be safe over here while the body is going to close above this inverse gap. Wick can fall until here, body is going to close over there around here. Keep watching right now. Okay, now I'm just not 100% sure it is going to happen over here because this is the December price action. Today is the holiday and the 50-minute fast candle has showed me the consolidation sign, but we will observe. This is for your learning purpose. So here for the first time when it has closed below this inverse gap constant crossment, it should not close one more time below this area. If it close, acceptable, because it would love to engineer the liquidity, take the liquidity. When the liquidity has been cleared by building the liquidity, original low is still intact. This is the original low of this inverse gap. The origin of this inverse gap is this low. This low is the intermediate term low. If this low is taken, there is a highly possibility market will keep falling. When it is still intact, market engineered liquidity, cleared the liquidity, closed above this reclaimed inverse gap. It has zero possibility to close below the constant crossment. Zero possibility. We'll see that, okay. right now it's important for us to understand. How did you know that even if you get stopped out, next time you are not going to get stopped out? This is the sign. First, it has closed above the consonant crossment. After this candle closed below the consonant crossment, until now, the consonant crossment was holding the market of this inverse gap. The first time it has closed above this consonant crossment. This is the sign I'm now going higher. How far? Until this trend line liquidity over here. See this trend line liquidity? I'm going for this trend line liquidity. It will close above this inverse gap, means this inverse gap is now the strongest breaker. I mean, it's gonna stop the market. Like, this is kind of a very strong defender. Okay. At the same time, please remember this new to opening gap. That is the only thing market is struggling to break. When this is gonna be broken, market will start to fly to the sky. This small price action from 1 minute chart is telling you a lot of story. You have to just understand the story, what happened around this area, why it happened like that. Look, this candle, that specific candle, okay? So I'm going. This candle is the high, didn't close. Look at this candle, it didn't close above this inverse gap yet. That specific candle. It can fall again, body can close here again. Nothing is wrong. All I need a body close above this gap. Why it is so precise? Because lot of time what happened, if I get stopped out here somewhere, okay, all of this consolidation I got stopped out and I'm planning go for the re-entry. This market closed exactly to that line and then it started to go higher. I missed the opportunity because I'm waiting for the candle to close above this inverse gap. It closed and it keep going higher. It never give me the re-entry opportunity from this inverse gap. After this candle close, I can't take my entry over here. The reason is I'm not sure yet this market is going to close, keep closing, I mean keep falling or not. So I didn't get the confirmation and I have already missed the opportunity. This candle has closed above this inverse gap. Now nobody can close below the consonant crossment of this inverse gap. Most of the time, 90% of the time, I miss this type of area. I miss the entry. Market never retested this inverse gap, never ever. So what I do, when I see this body close here, I simply push the button. If it is not too far from this inverse gap, I simply push the button over here by putting the stop loss below the consonant crossment of that specific week, and then I mean fly with the market, because I know 90% of the time it doesn't give me the re-entry opportunity. If I see candle close like this way, the exactly to the top of this gap, this gap exactly to the top, 90% of the time I don't get re-entry opportunity, but this time it actually gave me. However, nobody should close below the consonant crossment now before clearing this buy side liquidity, or at least this high, and stop loss should be safe over here. Just for your learning purpose, guys, that should be the stop loss. But brother, it is going to close below this consonant crossment. What? It didn't work, brother. Again, I'm going to close this quadrant level. It's not important to me. Just remember this, the 50% above this area. Okay. Can maximum fall until that 50% area, but body has to close above the consonant crossment of this inverse gap. If it close below this inverse gap, which happened over here, there is a much more possibility it will fall for this sell side liquidity again, if and only if it's not the fake breakout. That means it will leave this area with speed right now, like leaving the breakaway gap and keep going higher without kind of retracement or something like that. If it doesn't do that, there is a highly probability to fall for this sell side liquidity. So in that type of scenario, for the first time it close above this candle over here, I will move my stop loss below that candle, because it should work as the best order block right now. Not kind of 22 YT model, not kind of something like that. It's an inverse gap order block, which I was not able to mark them from here. Is now is more important after closing above this line. If it wouldn't close below that constant crossment, I wouldn't need to look for some kind of trailing stop loss. But as it has closed below the constant crossment, now I have to be very careful about the stop loss here. This should work as the best order block right now and send the market keep going higher for the buy side liquidity. I am not interested to put my stop loss below the constant crossment of that week anymore because this is broken. There is a highly probability it will fall now, clear that relatively equal loss. What I will do, I'll minimize my risk and I'll put it over here below this order block because it should respect as the best order block around this area, and market should leave that area with leaving some bullish fair value gap open. Not exactly here, a bit below, because sometimes it actually go below that order block and then keep going higher. It has no, it should not show any kind of intention for consolidation or lower run. It should keep going higher with the speedy candle like this type of candles. And of course, that's gonna be the first partial. Again, it's for the normal time, not for now. Please don't go for this trade. Instead of that, learn, brother. One time, without in having some kind of intention to push the button, just listen to me and look how I'm going to see the market is going to work, how the expectation is going to work, how you are going to read the market when you are interested to see some specific things. And if it doesn't happen, then how you are going to add more PDRs over there to understand the barricade to move your stop loss in the most important area. Okay, just keep watching them. Whatever gap it is going to build, it did actually. If it could build a bullish gap over here, I would confidently put my stop loss to the break even to understand that it's not going to come back again to my break even because it left that breakaway gap. But as you can see, it didn't build the breakaway gap or any kind of bullish gap. I'm not able to move my stop loss to the break even. I have to keep very careful about that order block low, not exactly to the low, a bit below that order block low. Okay, so here I will never put my stop loss anymore. After seeing this happened around this area, this stop loss will be here in any kind of scenario, any kind of scenario. Okay, like highly volatility, low volatility, I don't care. When this appeared on the chart, stop loss can't be over here. This can't be my risk. This is kind of holding a trade without just depending on the expectation, not with the price action. If I put my stop loss over here, still it means I'm letting the market decide what is going to do or what is going to happen. I'm not interested to let the market to decide my profit and loss. So what I will do, I'll move my stop loss from here by the price action. So I don't want the market to stop me out with a huge loss. Instead of that, if it doesn't want to go higher, I'll get stopped out over here with a small stop loss. I will minimize my loss. What else can happen? Sometimes, very rare, it's very rare, I get stopped out, then market keep going higher for that buy side. It's very rare. Okay, in December maybe it can happen, but in normal time it doesn't happen. So I'm happy with that stop loss right now over here. Again, the trailing stop loss is not my factor over here to talk. My intention to show you how the PDRS you are going to respect, or how you are going to mark the PDRS. That's going to help you to understand how this why this market fall and why it is fall, how long it can fall, and how this market is going to react from one PDRA to another PDRA. So this buy side liquidity is going to be taken, I don't know, but this high should be taken, which has been respecting here. This is a swing high, sorry, a week that has cleared all of these highs. See, those all of these highs has been cleared, and it has traded this bearish fair value gap around this area from the 1 minute chart. This is also an important week. Now if I mark that week quadrant level, you can see that it has been respected the upper quadrant the same way it has been respected the lower quadrant of that week. It has been respected the upper quadrant, and now it is respecting the 50%. So what is my expectation? First, it will go higher, closed at least one tick above that upper quadrant, at least one tick. Then it can fall maximum to the equilibrium before taking the high of that week, and then the buy side liquidity. Okay, this is how I'm now expecting to see market is going higher. So this high to be taken is more important. Now why is this information is important? Because if it can close above that high, above that upper quadrant of that high, I'll be confident to put my stop loss over here. If it failed to close above this upper quadrant high, I'm insecure to put my stop loss over here. I'll move my stop loss to the break even because I'm seeing that the upper quadrant is respecting, like here it is respecting that level. So if it respecting the upper quadrant level before closing above that level, I'm not secured enough to put my stop loss over here because it can do the exactly same thing it happened here. See this thing? Lower quadrant has been respected, market went higher. The same kind of scenario can appear over there, market can keep falling. So I don't want to take this small risk as well. It is respecting over here, I'm saying it is respecting. Good. Stop loss is to the break even. If I saw body has closed above the upper quadrant, I'm not interested to move my stop loss. I'll keep my stop loss over here because market has closed above this upper quadrant. Now it can fall, but eventually it is going higher. Now it can fall, but eventually it is going higher. But look what happened right now. It is respecting the upper quadrant. It means if it falls, there is low probability it will go higher because it didn't leave any sign over there. I'm going higher. It didn't leave any sign over there. I'm not interested to take that risk anymore. I'll put my stop loss to the break even. If I get a stop loss to the break even, I'm happy because I was not, for example, it actually respected this area right here and then stop me out here, then take that buy side liquidity. I don't care about that. I'm not going to regret for that because market didn't leave the sign over here. I didn't know that it is going for that. It was respecting this upper quadrant. When it is respecting this upper quadrant, I don't want to take any kind of risk because it can keep falling. For this obvious liquidity, relatively equal loss, obvious liquidity can keep falling, and I'll take that small loss over here. I'm not interested to take that loss. Are you guys getting the point why the PDRA or the reaction is important? Forget about the stop loss. Just think about that. Do you know, is it not going to fall? Do you know, is it going to go for that buy side liquidity? If you say it is going for the buy side liquidity, how do you know that? Is it respecting? How do you know that it is going for that buy side liquidity? If this candle could close above this quadrant level, maybe I knew that, oh, okay, so eventually it will go higher. Yeah, I'm getting some reaction. I don't care about that. It is going to retest this order block, maybe retest this inverse gap, maybe, but eventually it is going higher for this buy side liquidity. But now I don't know that it is going for that buy side liquidity or not because that bearish PDRA is still holding the market. Look at the same case of scenario over here, around here, that quadrant level of that week that has cleared all the lows, trade that 50-minute last fair value gap. That week, very easy to mark, all the highs has been cleared, traded that last fair value gap over here. This is that last fair value gap. Respected, fall for the 15-minute last fair value gap. I don't know we have something from 1 minute chart or not. Let me check actually. I think I don't have anything over there. However, I took my profit 200 plus already. Thank you so much. Hey, Bizarro, please don't give me thanks. Perfect street brother, thank you so much. No need to thank me again. Write the date in the title in 24th December. Okay, it's 24th December. I'll do that. Thank you, brother. I'll do that later. I have forgot. Okay, I was not in good mood. My screen, it was making me so much dizzy, so I just open the stream. I'll see. I'll write it later. Guys, can you please push the like button? Please push the like button. Okay. So 104 people are watching. 46 likes. Can you please make it likes? I'm so sorry for breaking all of this price action, but I promise you, brother, slowly, 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 it will keep knocking you without some kind of understand, I mean, noticing. Okay, you will never notice that when you start to understand the price action, because I'm keep showing you the same thing. Maybe you are not able to catch them right now, but slowly but definitely it will knock in your mind. ICT called it like deja vu or something like that. So this over talking, this over speaking is gonna help you, man. I promise you, it's gonna help you a lot. You will never notice that when it is working inside your mind, and you will suddenly start to see that you can notice a lot of things on the market. See this candle, it has closed out this upper quadrant. I'm pretty much confident this high is now going to be taken. Now as this high is important, what I will do, I'll take the partial above that high, because this high is now obvious. Even if this market fall, now remember my stop loss is here. It's now here because it has respected this. Okay, it has respected over here. So I moved my stop loss. It doesn't mean that when I have seen this candle closed above this quarter level, I'm going to put it back over here. No, it is here because previously you have seen it has been respected. So it could get stopped out over here. It could keep falling and it would be survived over here. And when you have seen this candle closed above this upper quadrant, this high is obvious now. So you will take the partial above that high, and then you will look for this buy side liquidity which has been already taken. Sorry, my target was a bit higher actually. So sorry for that. But here you will get, I mean, get your profit. You don't need to worry about this stop loss anymore. Exactly over here, when this candle closed below this constant encroachment, still it respected the low of this inverse gap. Look at the precision or the precise price action over here, tick by tick. I didn't want to say it will close below the constant encroachment when it respected so beautifully the low of this inverse gap. Look at that order block, how beautifully it has supported the market and send it higher for this high. More importantly, that obvious buy side liquidity over here, obvious buy side liquidity over here, step by step. So all of this consolidation was happening, engineered the liquidity, cleared the liquidity, traded the lower quadrant of this week, go again, closed. It could be the best if it wouldn't trade the, I mean, closed below the constant encroachment. That could be the best case of scenario. If it wouldn't do that, you would see just kind of one or two candle has cleared that buy side liquidity, or three, four candle has cleared that buy side liquidity. As it did that, it means it want you to enter on that market one more time from that order block. So you entered over here with the order again. If there was no nude opening gap, if there is nude opening gap, this is not a valid trade to take. You will just let this go. You will read the market and you will see how it is going to respect one PDRA to another PDRA. And when you are seeing this, you are not going to get confused why it is doing all of these things. Now first of all, it is because of December. The December price action is always shit. So all of these things, you don't need to worry about this low, because you are seeing this low and that low has built relatively equal lows. You don't need to worry about that relatively equal lows, because you have seen it has traded the last fair gap top. So over here, around here, you have seen the constant encroachment has been traded, top has been respected. This time this market retest one more time the top of this gap. Your bias is bullish, market left that obvious liquidity, built this inverse gap. If volatility respect your um, stop loss, put the stop loss below this low of that week. If it's not possible, try to put it below the lower quadrant, but sometimes this shit is going to happen. You're going to get stopped out by the week, but body will perfectly respect. In that type of scenario, try to take re-entry here somewhere, and if you get stopped out one more time, this is the last opportunity to go for the trade. If you miss the trade over here, you have to mark this last fair value gap. I'm going to show you the things I keep showing you. Okay, it's a very small, very low volatility. Okay, so the range is very small, but the job is always same. Here, that is the candle that has validated. Sorry, not only this candle, this and this candle. I think both of this candle. It closed. No, it didn't close. Actually, this candle has closed above the last fair value gap, and unfortunately, you didn't get the re-entry opportunity. If this candle could tap over here, that could be your last opportunity to go for the buy for this buy side liquidity. Unfortunately, it didn't give you the entry opportunity, so it actually, without giving you the entry from the last parallel gap, it take that buy side liquidity. However, that could be the last opportunity to go for the trade. Yesterday I showed this to you, remember? Remember this last fair value gap? Yesterday I showed you. Sometimes it's not going to work. It doesn't mean that it's something you should not use. This candle closed above this last fair value gap. There was the buy side liquidity here. I just removed it from my chart. That was the exactly buy side liquidity. That was the buy side liquidity. This candle closed, tap to this gap. That buy side liquidity has been cleared over here around this. Takes too long, but still it has taken that buy side liquidity depending on this last fair value gap. So if you miss this trade which we have framed, remember that was the trade we have framed from this area. However, I don't remember exactly where we have taken that entry. I think we have taken that entry from this gap. Remember where was that? I think it was from here. However, after closing above this gap, if you missed this trade around here, stop loss here, target is at least until the last fair value gap, constant crossment. If you miss the trade over here, you still have an opportunity to take the entry over here, go for this buy side liquidity. Same thing here. If you miss the trade around this area, this is your last opportunity to go for the trade by believing that body is not going to. So, for example, your buy side liquidity was here. Just for the sake of this conversation, remember this is not the buy side liquidity. Just for the sake of this conversation, this is your buy side liquidity. And you have missed this buy over here. You didn't take this buy over here. You have seen this candle has closed above this last gap. You will look for the immediate reaction within 5 candle. You will love to take the buy here. Stop loss is gonna be below the candle which has built this last gap as the inverse gap plus 2 tick or 2 handle depending on the stop loss. I can see it's very small. Maybe I'll put it over here until the buy side liquidity, wherever is your buy side liquidity, by believing that nobody is going to close below the constant encroachment of this last gap. Sometimes it close same kind of this scenario. When it close below the constant encroachment, you have to wait for the water block to move your stop loss below the water block. So here something, it closed below this constant encroachment, you'll put your stop loss below that water block until the buy side liquidity. Of course, you don't have any buy side liquidity anymore left. I just don't know. I have to look for that. I don't think so. You have any. So that is the highest high. However, if it really helps you guys, please make sure that you push the like button. If it doesn't help you, you can just simply leave the stream. Don't waste your time, okay? I can give you the best idea. Please don't waste your time. I'm not an English speaker guy. I know that. Don't give the value for the non-speaker guys. Okay. However, guys, we'll just read the market. Okay. We are not going to take any trade. Please don't go for any kind of trade. We are just reading the market. We are enjoying how this market is going to react. Okay. So now we can see that this buy side liquidity has been cleared. I have to go to the 15-minute chart one more time. See if I have anything on my left to find out anything. I can see that. I don't think so. I can see any buy side liquidity on my left. You guys can see any buy side liquidity, let me know where is that buy side liquidity. I will wait to see how this market is going to fall and some kind of liquidity to be taken before going higher for the next buy side liquidity, which is here 25,964. I just don't know, it will go until that area. It's a very low volatile area. Okay, very low volatile area. So two things you have learned today. First of all, how to use a gap prior to 9:30. This gap, this is very important, guys. And that gap prior to 9:30, that gap are the same gap. Yesterday I have shown you how to use that inverse gap. Today I have shown you how to use the bullish gap. Okay, I'm bullish, so I'm using the bullish gap. Yesterday, bearish gap. Now you can ask me why yesterday bearish gap and today bullish gap. Go back and watch yesterday's explanation. You will get everything over there. How it was important yesterday and how it is important today. Today the bearish gap is not important. Today the bullish gap is important. I explained everything to you. Your job is to watch it and learn it from there. I didn't hide anything over here. Okay, so yesterday the gap prior to 9:30, I told that when the body is going to close above this gap, any kind of buy is valid until the market is above the gap. Okay, until it is above the gap. If it closed below this gap, then and only then I'll look for the sell until this unfinished business breaker block or the fair value gap. You can see not even a single body that has closed below this gap, which is prior to 9:30. Very easy to mark, no confusion, no complicity, no adding lot of confliction over here. Don't do that. Make it simple. Very, very, very simple. The less you will use concepts, or the less information you will use, the more profit you will be able to make from this market. So today, this is that bullish gap that is holding the market, then sending the market higher. This is the first thing you have learned from today and yesterday, of course. And the second thing you have learned how to use the week to understand the quadrant level and the PDR is respect. Okay, so something like that. I don't know how to say that. This market is possible to break it, but I just don't know how to read the December price action. Maybe ICT can do that. I just don't know because I don't have that experience. December comes like in a year just one time. So I'm trading near about 7 to 8 years now. I have just got 5 to 6 December. Just 5 to 6 months. Only 5 to 6 months. It's not enough for studying a specific price action. Just 5 to 6 months. It's not enough. So that's why I can't read this market. But I believe that maybe after 30 years, okay, for example, after 30 years, I'll be a pro on December price action. But right now, I'm very noob about the December price action. I'm really afraid of this December price action. But this market is also, I mean, it's possible to read this market step by step. Okay. Bizarro, thank you, no problem. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, Rana. Uzaifa, where are you from, brother? Brother, can you please explain long-term highs, intermediate-term highs, and short-term highs in another video? I can't make the video, unfortunately, but if you are still interested, I can talk about that a bit over here. Because right now, I'm just waiting to see how the market will keep working. I don't have any buy-side liquidity right now. I don't have any sell-side liquidity right now. I have sell-side liquidity, actually. So I'll wait to see if this market can close below the new day opening gap from 15-minute chart to find a selling opportunity. So if you are still interested, let me know. I will talk about the short term, long term, and intermediate term high or 750 eval account, 400 left to pass. Congratulations, Suzivan. Please don't trade. It's my request to everyone. Please don't trade. We have seen the boom, and now it's time to boom that like button into oblivion. Please push the like button, guys. Please do that for me. And subscribe to our channel if any of you are new over here. Please do that. Hey Suzivan, thanks for the boom by the way, brother. To tell us, will January will be bit better than December? Last year, January in 2024. I'm talking about 2020. January was the best price action all over the year. That was the best price action. From 2020, I started to read this market according to ICT's price action or the ICT way. I started to read this market. Of course, I was very noob around 2020. From that time to until now, except 2024, January is the shit. Absolutely shit. Same like December. Same like December. But in 2024, January price action was the best price action ever in my life. So, brother, what should I say? I really don't know. According to ICT himself, the price action will be better from second week of February, which I have seen in my life a lot of time happens. Like this year, you can watch from the second week of February, the price reacting like a baby could read the market from February. Baby could read the market. Just a baby who doesn't have any kind of idea about trading. Maybe they could read the market and so precisely. This is just my experience again. Don't take it as your as your final confirmation. Okay, brother? Please. Hey, John, thanks for the boom, brother. I love you, man. I'm up 45 point and out, but still I like 25 900 is the target. Okay, see, brother, if it go over there, I wanna see Christmas rally 1000 2500 9000. Okay, I appreciate your existence. Speak fine. Okay, thank you, brother. Are you new here, brother? Sotapop TV. 15-minute buy side liquidity taken. Hmm? Teza 855. I'm more interested to see if it can fall right now for that sell side liquidity. I'll just wait to see a 50-minute candle to close below the new day opening gap to frame myself, because I don't see any buy side liquidity anymore. And today is a holiday and market doesn't need to go too far. It should be inside a range. It should go for the buy side. It should go for the sell side. It should go like that way, like consolidation, accumulation, or seek and destroy mode, something like that. It should work like that way because it's holiday. Not even a single person is in front of the chart except us. 82, it's been 8 days. I requested my payout from BGF. There is no update, nothing from them. Do they pay? Please reply. Of course, 100% they pay. 100% they pay. Even the delay, they will give you the what is I mean the $200 extra maybe. Just go to their Discord, open a ticket, mention to Usman. You'll be able to understand what I'm saying. Just at the rate of Usman, you'll see it will pop up. And tell him your situation. They will fix it, brother. I'm just a bit afraid about the time right now because it's the Christmas. Maybe they'll be busy a bit, but they'll solve it. So just go, join to their Discord, and give them the message by opening a ticket. Just open a ticket and write it down over there with a screenshot or everything. They will fix it with the extra money. You will get that, brother, for sure. Please, guys, don't forget to push the like button. I'm not interested to touch this market right now until the 50-minute doesn't close below this new day opening gap. Again, even if it closes below this new day opening gap, I can't go for that sell because this gap. Still, we'll see if we can find something because I'm not expecting one-sided run today. I have no issues with time. Okay, brother, just open a ticket and then give them the message. They will reply you, brother. There is no bad claiming. Even the Blue Guardian Futures is the oldest prop firm right now. Okay, out of Top Step, My Funded Futures, Apex, comparing with everyone, Blue Guardian Futures, Blue Guardian is the oldest prop firm, and they're very trustworthy. I think there will be no problem, brother. The futures, Blue Guardian Futures, is just a branch of Blue Guardian CFD prop firm. Very old. Okay, I think it's 2019 has been established. So I hope there will be no problem. But this is the Christmas time, I guess. So sometimes this shit happens with someone. Just give them a message. It will be okay, brother. Hey guys, can you please push the like button? I'm interested to see if this market can fall now or this sell side liquidity now. So this is my sell side liquidity now. Previously it was the base of my trade. Now it's the sell side liquidity to me. As today's holiday, market has cleared the buy side liquidity. Should go for the sell side liquidity over here. I'm interested to look for a sell. I can't look for a sell right now because the candle still didn't close below the new day opening gap. Has to close. If I miss the trade, I'll miss the trade, but I'm not going to take the trade right now until the 50-minute candle doesn't close below the new day opening gap. In other words, if there was a new day opening gap and this is the gap which is prior to 9:30, I should not go for the sell. I should let the sell go, and then after clearing the sell side liquidity, I should start to look for buy again. But here we'll try to see if we can break down that fall. So how we are going to break it down? First, step by step. First, I'm waiting to see how this 15-minute candle is going to close. Is it going to close below this new day opening gap, or is it respecting this new day opening gap? If it closes below this new day opening gap, I'll start to think about a selling opportunity below the constant crossment of the new day opening gap. So after 32 seconds, this candle is going to close. If it doesn't close below the new day opening gap, no sell is valid to me. Even if it keep falling, I'll let this fall go. I'll not touch this market. buy is not valid because I don't have any buy side liquidity. Now, I actually don't have the permit to go before. You can see it will show me. I'll show you here. You see here, this one. That means I'm not allowed to see the previous price action from 1 minute chart. If any of you has the permission, go before this area to go to 1 minute chart and mark the 1 minute buy side liquidity relatively equal highs. Please let me know that. I'm just not allowed. So here, what do you see around this area? Market closed here. The new day opening gap is holding the market. What does it mean? That means I'm not allowed to take the sell. Can I take the buy? No. Why? You don't have the buy side liquidity. You're not allowed to take the buy again. If you want to take a trade here, that should be only sell. But brother, my bias is bullish. I want to take the buy. Then you have to wait this market to fall, clear that sell side liquidity, then give you the buying opportunity. It give you that, you'll go for that buy. But my brother, my bias is sell. Sorry, I'm bearish. Have to wait the 50-minute candle to close below this new day opening gap. Until then, you can't go for the trade. But brother, I would love to go for the trade from this what is I mean the bearish fair value gap. First of all, it's not an setup over here. Of course, there was a setup, but it's not an immediate reaction. It takes too long to come over here. You're going against the new day opening gap. You're going against the fair value gap that is prior to 9:30. So you're going against two PDRA, which is very strong. Don't do that. But I'll miss the trade. I know that this sell side liquidity is going to be cleared. Brother, yesterday's price action, just don't forget about that. Yesterday's price action, how beautiful that sell side liquidity was from 1 minute chart. How beautiful that sell side liquidity was. How beautiful that sell side liquidity was. Did market ever take them? No, it never take them. It keep going higher, keep going higher, keep going higher. So that is your expectation that market is going to trade this and going to fall for all of this sell side liquidity. That is your expectation. It's not the price action. Try to understand the difference between expectation and the price action. Expectation is, my expectation is market will fall, clear that liquidity, and the price action is, don't go for sell, don't go for sell, look for the buy. Now I can't look for the buy as I don't have the buy side liquidity, so I'll let the buy go. Instead of that, I will wait to see if it can keep falling. For that sell side, sell side liquidity market left over here, I need the price action. Brother, trust me, it is going to react from this gap and then it is going to fall for this sell side liquidity again. That is the expectation. FOMO is working over here. Fear of missing opportunity, that is reacting, or that is acting as an active user inside of you. Please don't let the FOMO to push the button for you. Either you push the button or you let the market go, but don't let the FOMO take the decision from you, okay? Like on behalf of you. Don't do that. Brother, it is 100% sure I'm going to take that sell. The small loss, sorry, stop loss is very small. I would love to take that sell. This habit will kill you. I promise you, brother. This habit, it's not bad. You want to take the sell from here, it's not bad. Bad thing is when you'll push the button over here and you will get that boom, it will give you the boost, the confidence boost. I can do anything I want to do. I don't need to wait for the PDRS. I don't need to wait for the price actions. I can simply push the button depending on my expectation. That boost is the killer. It's gonna blow your account. So 90 days, 29 days, you will be profitable on this type of scenario, and 30 number of the days is gonna blow your all the profit plus your maximum loss. You are going to blow that account. Please, please, please don't let the FOMO, fear of missing opportunity, to decide to go or not to go for a trade. Take the decision by yourself how you are going to do that. Don't push the button depending on your expectation. Push the button depending on the price action. Is that making any sense, guys, to you? Expectation is market is going to trade this gap, is going to fall for this beautiful sell side liquidity. So beautiful sell side liquidity, it is going to fall for that sell side liquidity. That is the expectation. Price action, new day opening gap is holding the market. There is zero possibility this market to fall for this sell side liquidity. There is zero possibility until it is not going to close below this new day opening gap. Still, I have this bullish gap as well. This is much more powerful. However, price action is telling you don't go for the sell. So now you have the expectation, you have the price action. What is FOMO? FOMO is, if I wait for the price action, I will miss this trade, because when it will close below this new day opening gap, I have seen a lot of time it never give me the opportunity. Market keep falling, take that sell side liquidity. I'm gonna miss this trade. I'm waiting in front of my chart from 9, and now it is kind of what time? 10:35. So 1 hour and 35 minutes I'm waiting in front of my chart, and finally my expectation, not the price action, expectation is too high. I'm so much confident this gap is going to hold the market. This sell side liquidity, according to ICT himself, is the best sell side liquidity that's gonna be taken. FOMO is taking the wheel here, okay? The FOMO is going to push the button, not you. FOMO, because you are going to miss that trade. After seeing this and then this candle, FOMO is gonna be activated. Oh man, take the trade, take the trade. Even if you didn't take the trade here, don't worry. Mark that candle as an order block, take the entry from that order block, go for the trade. Don't let your FOMO react for you. Here, we pushed the button depending on the price action. Even though we went against the new day opening gap, but still we knew that this is the prior to 9:30 gap that was helping us to frame that buy. Even if I miss the run until the buy side liquidity, I'm going to get that high, at least that high, which is more than enough for me for the partial, at least for the partial. So if I don't get the boom, it's okay. At least we'll get the partial. But here, you are going against new day opening gap, against this guy, both of this area, against the last fair value gap. You are going against three extremely strong bullish PDRA. Is it good? And also you are going against your bias. According to the price action, it should go for this buy side liquidity, right? Yeah, today's holiday, so of course I'm not expecting this market will run until that area. I really don't expect that, but just think like that in normal days. That is your bias. So you are going against your bias. You're going against three extremely strong bullish period, and still you are saying that, brother, I'm working with my price action. You're convincing yourself. You know how to trade. Do you understand what is the difference? Tell yourself, ask yourself, why I'm pushing the button? Because of FOMO or because of the price action? Is the price action? Go for the trade. If it is FOMO, because you're not depending on the price action, don't push the button. Read the market. Let the run go. Be more patient. This is how you will be patient. Whenever you will find out FOMO is taking the driving seat, let the trade go. This is called being a disciplined trader. Does it make any sense to you guys? I need the reply. Don't you think that I'm also expecting this is going to hold the market and sending it for that beautiful sell side liquidity? 100%, man. I'm also expecting that. I wanna see that. I really would love to see this will happen, but I'm not able to push the button over here. Does it make any sense, guys? I'm trying to build you a trader. I'm not here give you the price action. I'm not here give you a signal. I'm not here give you some kind of you know copy trading or something like that. I'm here just because to build you a perfect trader by explaining all the things people keep watching. I mean, people keep saying, what do they say? FOMO. What is FOMO actually? This is the exact explanation of the FOMO. They told, be disciplined. How you are going to be disciplined? This is the exact meaning of being disciplined. I'm just breaking them. Why there is no buy side above T2? I don't see any buy side. I just told that go back, and if you can find any kind of buy side liquidity, please let me know that from 1 minute chart. I'm not able to see any price action. Before this, you see this crown over here. This is the crown. Power of your plan. Get more price action from 1 minute chart. I'm not able to see any kind of price before this. I don't see any buy side liquidity before, sorry, before that buy side liquidity. I don't see. And now I'm not expecting this market is going to run from here to here in a holiday. So here to here is kind of 138 handle. I'm not expecting to see it is going to go over here. The whole day market has opened. When did it open? So their market open, okay, here. The market opened here the whole day. Look, this is the highest high, 31 handle. This is the lowest low, 30 handle. This is the so far the distance market has gone. The lowest low is 32 handle. The highest high is 30 handle. So I'm not expecting this market will go until 155 handle because it's holiday. Of course, it can go for that. But if it was a normal day, of course, that would be my buy side liquidity. That's why I need a small range today, as it is holiday. You got the point, brother? This is a holiday, so I'm not expecting this going for that big run. And I need a small buy side liquidity. I don't have any other buy side liquidity. I can't see any buy side liquidity. But if there is any, let me know. When will price action return to normal? From second week of February 2026. A very specific date, second week of February 2026. This is the first time you will expect the beautiful price action again. A baby will be able to read the market. If there is no war, if there is no political issues, if there is no big disaster like Corona, COVID, if there is nothing like World War One, World War Two, or Israel, Philistine, maybe USA was something. If there is nothing like that, normal. The world is cool, calm, quiet. Then a baby will be able to make the profit from this market from second week of February. Hey Jamie, good morning, brother. All the explanation I have done here. I have loosened already 30 people because there was 104 people watching, and when I started to talk about this FOMO, discipline, or all of this bullshit, I saw that 30 people left. Now those people are still here and listen to me. Let me know, does it make any sense to you? How to be disciplined, how to depend on the price action, how not to let the FOMO to take the driving seat. Does it make any sense to you or not? Please give me the reply, because this type of rant I do, and I lose the viewers because they don't want to listen my rant. They were interested about the entries or signal. I am interested those people who are interested about my rant, not for the copy trade. Please let me know, does it make any sense to you or not? I'm gonna say happy holidays for Wall. Hey Jamie, happy holiday, brother. I love you, man. How are you, by the way? Thank you, Tito. I'm going now. Have a great day. Same to you, brother. See you next time, brother. Tito. When will you be back live streaming? When will you back in live stream? I'm doing every day live streaming. I just told that, bro. May Santa rally push high. It can be, brother. It can be. So far, I didn't see any. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that I'm not interested to see this will run until this bicycle 155 handle, because so far it's just 30 handle range, above 30 handle, below 30 handle. So I'm not expecting any kind of extreme run today. Not interested to see that. Okay. Uh, if I come here around the morning session, I gave an screenshot. I mean picture. I don't know you guys can see it or not. On my laptop, right side of my laptop was something like this. Okay, like blurry, fading, whatever you say. I don't know how to say this. When around the morning I opened the laptop, it was something like this. Exactly over here you're seeing. So I thought that my display is gone. That's why I told that, like, the right side of my laptop screen turned into fade. You can see the difference. Feel like the display has some problem. Anyone knows the solution? I just asked them, and then you guys, thank you so much for giving all of this solution. I just switch up my laptop, let it go for 1 hour, and then reopen. It was so good. Okay, so there is still some problem, but it was good. But the screen was like beeping. Still it is beeping. Actually, I don't know you guys can notice it or not. Still it is beeping. But so far, I just told that if my screen is gone, then I can take a small break until I can fix the screen. By the way, I ordered the camera yesterday. I was so much excited, and on this morning session when it happened to my laptop, all my joyness has gone from my mind. This was. Yes, brother, I need it, but I don't have the money. I'm a poor guy. Thank you for the valuable lesson. No problem, Dora. Thank you so much. At least you got something from here. Thank you so much. ARS, thank you so much, brother. I got at least two guys who are interested about that rant. Thank you so much to both of you. I'm visiting my family and my friend. Congratulations, Jamie. You should invite me as well, brother. I was thinking that when Jamie will call me and I will join with him. Oh man, come on. You're going over there, you're visiting over there, you're eating good foods. I'm missing that. Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks, Titu, for your patience in explaining the price action. You're most welcome, Red Cherry. Thank you so much, brother, for being over here. Jen, I need one, okay? Give me one setup, man. Gift. This is gonna be a gift. So gift me a setup, backup laptop. Give me a M1 Pro, brother. I love M1 Pro. I really want to get MacBook M1 Pro. So please give me that. Gift me. Christmas gift. You're always welcome, no problem. Jamie, okay, next time I'll join. So here, those people who are thinking, I'm gonna push the button over here because market is going to work from there and going to fall for the sell side liquidity. Those people started to pray to God. Oh God, please, please, please send the market lower. Of course, it will fall. I hope so. But this is why you should not depend on the expectation. You should depend on the price action. The price is clearly telling you, brother, I'm not falling. There is 0% possibility I'm going to fall. So I don't give a shit about your expectation. I'm just not going to fall. Don't take the sell. If I would love to fall, I'll show you the signature. Then join. Not now. Okay? Now that next year you meet your wife. Oh man, come on. That is too much. Who's gonna marry me, by the way? Ah, pray for me. Jamie, pray for me. I'm feeling so good right now because next year I'm going to meet with my wife. Wow. If it doesn't happen, then remember, Jamie, I'll find you, man. By the way, guys, today is gonna be the smallest streaming. We can do some fun until 10, yeah, until 11 a.m. Then we can close the trade. I mean, you can, I mean, close the stream. You can see the price action, right? It's not moving anywhere. So we can just talk a little talk over here, and then we can close around 10. Just let me know your expectation, your plan about the trading. Who else is here who is depending on the trading only? I mean, your only income is from the trading. Is there anyone whose only income is from the trading? Okay, 5% people are trading today out of 117 people. Come on, man. Please don't do that. Chakras at the beginning of the month, brother. I will give two Blue Guardian future account at the beginning of the run, brother. Want to see subscribers duck race. Subscriber duck race? What is that? Is my only income is trading. Okay, Suresh. Bro, are you really trading? Oh no, I was just reading the market. I just framed this by saying that don't go for this trade. We will just read the market. That's all. I clearly told that nobody is going to take this trade. If you take that trade, of course, that's gonna be your responsibility. I'm not going to take any kind of responsibility. We'll just read the market. That's all. I'm not trading. I'm just reading the market. Just because I'm a chart addicted, brother. I can't stay away from my chart. That's all, brother. The ICT giving me mentorship of ICT $99. That 11 live sessions. I'm not interested actually. I think I have enough knowledge from ICT's free things. That's enough for me. I think so, brother. GN. But yeah, if he started and anybody is interested about ICT's mentorship, of course, don't miss that opportunity. Okay. So if you have like $99 is nothing, right? So just join. I hope you will learn a lot from him because he's the mentor of all the mentors. He's my mentor. He is everyone's mentors. So if you have the opportunity, if you have the money, go and join him. I'm just not going to do that. But you if you interested, please go and join. It's worth it to spend that $99. I hope so. Do you have to start mentorship? No man, I'm not gonna do that. Sresham, okay, great. Thank you, brother. How are you, Sresh? Not gonna do that because brother. Thing is, again, Jian, brother. I am not framing any trade. Just rest of the time, like 10 to 15 minutes, we'll just talk about this, okay? Hey, Made, I was missing you, brother. How are you? How about your health, brother? Is that good? And you have missed this boom, brother. I told everyone to take this trade, and everyone are in this trade, and they got 26 candle boom, Mahdi. You missed it, man. Okay, see you, Jamie. See you, brother. I'm not going to talk about the price action, not even a single word. Not even a single word for the rest 15 minutes. So we'll talk about something else. Name is Taji ICT from Pakistan. Oh, okay. So I don't know him. Oh, I thought it's ICT. Okay. Then I have no word to say. If you feel good about him, you can join. See you, Jamie. And Mahadi, how about your health, brother? Please let me know. Watch out for ICT impression. What is impression? What does it mean, brother? I even can't pronounce that word. Is that something good or something bad? Thank you, brother. I am busy with doctors these days. That's why I'm late. I understand, but what about your health right now? Are you good? I'd love to go with this mentorship things as Jen has bring it out. Those people who are interested to trade about the price action expecting will discuss about the price a bit. I'm not going to talk even a single word about the price action for the rest of the 10 to 15 minutes. I have already give you a lot about the price action over here. This is small price action. Please watch that part which I was doing in live. Please watch that. You will learn a lot just this small range of the price. I promise you, brother, you will learn a lot. Go back, watch this. I'm not going to start a new reading price action. Let's go to the mentorship area. When I started, impersonate means someone pretend to be ICT scammers. So please don't say like that way, scammers. Maybe he's good. He's good. That's why he's starting his mentorship. Maybe okay. So please don't disrespect people. I don't think it's a good idea. It can be good, brother. It can be good. He can be good, right? Let me talk about myself. Why I'm not interested about the mentorship. I started this trading in 2016, end of 2016 actually. First in my life, I heard about trading because of investing, because I started all these things because I needed money to invest. I'm not interested about trading. Trading is not my passion. Still, it's not my passion. I love investing. I'm studying investing a lot. My main intention is investing, kind of Warren Buffett. This type of investing, because my pronunciation is not good. You guys can get confused. You know what do I mean by investing or something like that. But for investing, I need a lot of money. First of all, I try to find out how can I make a bit money. This is how I entered into trading. Of course, at the beginning, I was a retail trader, butterfly pattern, hidden shoulder pattern, support resistance, all the things I have studied a lot, day after day after day after day after day, taking notes. I had notebook actually while I was learning the concepts, retail concepts. And then when I came to this chart, everything was kind of, I'm in the deep ocean. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Why the support is not respecting? Why the resistance is not respecting? Nothing is working. It was bullshit, man, from 2016. But slowly, I was getting the experience, right? So I keep going, and 2019, I still remember. I think it was on March or April. Not exactly remember the date. First, I heard about ICT himself. First, And man, it was awesome. I joined his mentorship. After maybe 1 month, 1.5 month, I gave up because I feel like he's a scammer. He only show the hindsight. It doesn't work when I'm in the live market. Nothing is working. No fair value gap is working. And on that time, there was no 22 YT model. Just remember that, okay? In 2029, there was no 22 YT model. So we are we are using the normal concept, okay, like daily concept or all of these things, bias or all of these things in 2019 is so difficult. I had no idea about 2016 mentorship. I had no idea about the ICT concepts, anything. I just joined his mentorship and it feels like to me it's bullshit. It's a scammer. So I gave up. I go back again to the retail trading. That means support resistance or all of these things. With the Wyckoff as well. I started to study the Wyckoff in that time, 2019-20, around the COVID. I started to study the Wyckoff, and Wyckoff was so beautiful to me because it has some kind of uh, what to say, I mean the logic behind it. And I was thinking, wow, this Wyckoff is the thing I need to learn. This is the thing that's gonna change my career. If you ask me, I learned all of these things I'm doing right now. This Wyckoff helped me a lot, and it is still helping me. A lot of things. This is really awesome. Okay, so I should not say this, but if you are open-minded, okay, you are open-minded, then please study the Wyckoff. Not for entries, not for anything. Just study it. Just study it. Just watch it. Just mark it on your chart. I think it will have a great impact on ICT trading if you can study the Wyckoff. Again, I'm not saying the ICT and Wyckoff is the same. I'm not saying Wyckoff is beautiful comparing to ICT. I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you, if you study the Wyckoff, it will help you a lot to understand the consolidation or all of these things. I never said this before because I was afraid people will misunderstand me. They'll think that this is all the Wyckoff of those type of things. Now I'm saying, if you are open-minded, study the Wyckoff. It's not wasting your time. It will help you a lot to understand a lot of things. Again, just my opinion. I'm very afraid to say something because people misunderstand me a lot because of my pronunciation and the accent and word choosing, the word I choose to deliver. So I started the Wyckoff, and of course, some kind of scenario, failing. That time I there was FTMO and Forex fund, my Forex fund, I guess, if I'm not wrong. I was losing the accounts. I was hoping, wow, two phase, I'm gonna pass it because the paper trading was so beautiful, and I keep losing the money, unfortunately. And this is going to happen to all of you. Then 2022 came. ICT started his 22 mentorship on live, sorry, on YouTube for free, and nothing was working to me. I was absolutely fed up. I never thought that. I always keep thinking how people can make the money, and I'm not able to do that. Sometimes I'm extremely lucky. Most of the times I'm losing the money, and when I'm losing, I'm keep losing. I can't stop all of these things. I don't know what is patience, what is discipline, what is waiting for the trade. Everyone say trading is patience. You have to be patient. Nothing was working for me. Then I started to look at ICT himself, and I have found the 22 YT model. It's the game changer. Like, this is the game changer for me. When I started to study the 22 YT model, a lot of things started to knock on my mind. Oh, wow, this is why it is happening. This is why it is happening. Same thing, it was not working at the beginning. Every in this market, thousands of the fair value gap, thousands of the fair value gap. I had a lot of questions. Why this gap? Why not that gap? Why not that gap? Why not this is the market structure shift? Why it didn't work? Why I should it should take that low, relatively equal lows? And after leaving this relatively equal lows, why market is not going to clear that relatively equal lows before going higher? A lot of questions. And I started to look for the people who are doing the ICT concepts in one line. That means on YouTube, because ICT was not replying, right? He was just in never reply. I started to message them. Started to email them. brother, why this is the 22 IT model? Why not that one? Like this type of scenario. I took a lot of screenshot, gave them the mail. Nothing was working. Nobody was giving me the reply. Everyone was saying, join my mentorship, join my mentorship, join my mentorship. In 2022, I was in a breaking position because I was in Bangladesh after, because some of you know, because of my situation, all of the things I have explained. So around that time, it was very difficult for me to join anyone's membership or mentorship. I was like broken. I was just giving up. I was nearly to give up. But day by day, 22 mentorship was giving me more insights, and I was more interested to study them, as nobody was replying me. Nobody was there to show me which way I should go actually. There was no one was holding my hand, so I started to study these concepts. I spent hours and hours and hours in front of my chart every single day, 14, 15, 16 hours, nearly about 17 to 80 months. 17 to 80 months. I keep studying them. At the beginning of like 2022 or end of the 2021, I started to study this. Like nearly 17 months, 15, 16, 17 months, I keep studying them. At the end of 2022, kind of October or November, that was the first time suddenly it started to knocked to my mind. Not this is the 22 IT model, this is the 22 IT model. Not this is the inverse gap, this is the inverse gap. I don't know how, when, exactly how. I have no idea. Suddenly, okay, something like everything is online. I just connected the dot. I started to avoid the gaps that is not important without any kind of conscious mind. Unconsciously, I was started to avoid them. I started to see a lot of things ICT didn't explain, or other people doesn't talk about them. And I noticed that okay, if I connect those dots, then I'll be able to avoid the losing trades. Still, I was a loser, of course, man. Don't expect that I after finding that I was a profitable trader, of course not. But slowly, it started to work, and now 2025 is going to be gone. It's gonna be gone. Like 2016, 26 is gonna be approach in front of me. I have a bit better knowledge right now, like you guys. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a sir, I'm not nothing. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm just sharing my experience. That's why I keep saying, don't call me sir. I'm not your sir. I'm your brother. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm not worthy to teach you anything. I'm not worthy of that. I'm just trying to learn this with you guys. That's all. Now, when I'm coming to the mentorship, the problem is most of you, okay, those people who are here, most of you are struggling. Now, maybe you have a successful business, maybe you have a successful job, maybe you are earning a lot of money, and now you are trying to learn the trading. Very rare. Some of you, out of 100, maybe just one or two guy has this type of scenario. 99% of you are kind of struggling to get rid of your 9 to 5 job, like uh everything else. Okay, kind of very hard life. I feel bad to take the money from you because I learned it for free, absolutely for free. Now you can say, brother, you have spent some money on 2019 to ICT's mentorship. I told you I didn't finish it. So I didn't learn anything from there. I didn't learn anything by paying. Whatever I learned by my hard work and from the free stuff, from the YouTube, from the ICT himself. Everything is free. I don't see any logic to take the money from you to teach, okay, for the sake of this conversation, to teach you the free things. I don't see any logic over here to get the money from you. Why I will take the money? That is a very first question to me. Why I will take the money from you when I learned it for free and I'm giving you the free information which is on the one line for free. Now the problem is you are not able to connect the dots. The information is in front of you. You're just not able to connect the dots because most of the people doesn't disclose them. Because if they disclose that, You are not going to join to their mentorship. That's why they're not disclosing them, or maybe they don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge anyone. Of course they know, but they don't wanna disclose that. I'm just doing disclosing them to you so that you can understand the same information you are getting online for free, and that is going to work for you by connecting those dots. Why I will take the money from you? By saying that mentorship, mentorship, like fake mentorship. Why? Why I will do that, man? I have no intention to do that. Never ever. If I do the go like, I'll tell that I'll open a Discord group and I'll say that, brother, I'm gonna give you the signal. So whatever I'm going to do, you're going to copy my trade. Give me $100. Give me $50 monthly. Okay, acceptable, no problem. Because here I'm giving you the signal, right? It's copy trade or signal things, something like that. Signal business. Okay, I have opened that. You are giving me the money. I don't have any shame for that because I'm giving you the signal. I will take that money, no problem. But if I'm teaching you the price action so that it can help you to connect the dot, I am not allowed to take your money while you are struggling to learn this. I hope you got my point. Please don't misunderstand me. That's my request. So I really don't want to take any money by opening a fake course or mentorship. I'm not interested about that. So yeah, of course, a lot of people are doing that, and I'm not saying they're bad. Of course, they're thousand times better than me, and they're the real ICT traders. I'm learning, and they're the teacher. They're the mentor. So if you find someone who is actually doing some mentorship or course, join them. I believe that you'll learn a lot. I mean, and later maybe you will be able to tell me. I'll learn from you as well. I'm just not interested to open any kind of mentorship or something like that. I will say that when you will make money, 200k US dollar, when you will make that money, I'll ask you, I'll give you a personal message and I'll ask you, brother, you have made 200k. So now please buy me a setup. Okay, this is a request to you to buy me a setup. You know, you will do that with a happy mind. Do you know why? Because I'm gonna give him like $10,000, and I'm gonna make the $10,000 within 1 week, because now I know how to make the money, and you will never feel bad to give me that money. But if I ask you, give me $10 to join my course, that $10 will cost you a lot. That $10 you are earning by your hard work, 9 to 5 job, or maybe some kind of odd job. Your family, maybe they ask you something and you are not able to give it to them because you have to give me that $10 to learn this concept for your freedom. I'm just not interested about that money. That $10, I would love to take $10,000 from you. And when you will give me that with fully happiness, because now you know how to read this market. Now you know how to get the freedom. Now you know everything. And maybe by anyhow, in the corner of your mind, you know that maybe this guy T2 helped you a bit, small help, and you're happy for that. Now you'll give me that money with happiness, because that 10k is nothing comparing on your freedom, comparing on your daily earnings. That is my point. Okay, guys, please don't misunderstand me. I'm just not interested about any kind of mentorship. I know a lot of people doesn't give a shit of the free things, because the things I explained you here, if I opened a mentorship and I gave you this information, you would take the notes, because you have paid me for this information. Now as I'm doing this for free, most of you doesn't give a shit. You just watch it. You focus on the entries only. Okay, no problem. That is your problem, man. That's not my problem. I'm doing my job. At the beginning of this live streaming, I told that I'm not gonna hide anything in my mind. So I will show you something, I'll hide something. It will always be a mystery to you. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna share everything I know. everything I know. And day by day, if I learn something new, I'll share that as well to you. Your job is to learn that. If you are interested to learn it, earn it, get your freedom. If you're not interested, instead of that, you are interested for the signal, then keep giving the money other people for their mentorship, course for free things. I really appreciate it. I hope you got the reply, GM, GN, and please don't misunderstand me again. What are some of your favorite stock invest? I have my own what to say, I mean the own list actually. I just don't wanna share this, brother. I have some. I just don't wanna share it, okay? Sorry, brother. I hope you'll understand me. Why not just study MMXM instead of Wyckoff? Hey Glenn Blaine, I just give my opinion. If you feel MMXM is better, go for that. I just gave my opinion, what helped me. I'm not here to tell you what should you do. Go whatever you feel good. And later you share your experience and tell me, brother, MMXM is better than Wyckoff, so you study it. Maybe I'll study that. I have still not seen 2022 YT model, and everybody talks about it. Man, that's my base of ICT concepts. Without 2020 model, 22 model, I'm nothing. That's nothing. I have no idea what is happening in this market without that 2022 YT model. So if you tell me do something or read the market without 2022 YT model, every single thing over here is connected with 2022 YT model. Everything. Now again, I'm not interested to talk about the 2022 YT model right now, but it's my opinion. Sometimes it's helped to understand better in the native language. It's true. It's true, brother. I just don't know what is your native language, but my native language is Bengali. If I start to talk about this market in Bengali, 90% of the people will understand nothing. Go and see it. No need to be lazy only if you are beginner. Go and see it. No need to be lazy only if you are beginner. Okay, Vincent, I really didn't understand. What did you mean by that, brother? To get ready, my targets are bigger for 2026. I am going to copy trade 5 take profit daily target 500 1k daily. Best of luck, GM. Of course, you need more funded account to build more trading, and you are only able to do that if you have 5 set of the funded account. That means like you have 5 group of funded accounts, then you can do that copy trade. Otherwise, if you have just 5 funded account of take profit trader, no other funded account, then don't do that. Because if you did a big, small mistake, all of your 5 funded account will be gone. You need more option, brother. No problem, Daniel. By the way, guys, thank you so much for being over here. And now still it is bullish. I still don't think so it will come until here. Still I don't think so, but of course it can go over there. Hmm, I'll let this go, okay, to be honest. So one lesson you have learned from here, you can't believe this gap until the price action is not going to let you enter this market. So please make sure that you have got something from this live. Plus need to get cash out daily. Yeah, Take Profit Trader is the best because they're going to give you the daily payout. If any of you are interested about Take Profit Trader, please use the code T2 Wizard. So GN, if you are buying the Take Profit Trader, make sure that you have used the code T2 Wizard. T2. Please use that, man. It's a request. I don't speak Bengali, but do you speak Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati? That's cool. Okay, cool, brother. I'm from Bangladesh actually, so my native language is Bengali. Anybody has any question? Because today really a good day to talk about something else instead of the price action. If you have any question, let me know, and we'll go with that. And very small people we are here, so we can just go some gossiping. I'm just not interested to talk about this price action anymore. I'll just let this go. If you have any question, please let me know. Okay. You must have taken out at least 300k plus USD in profit. If you ask me, I have I have done a lot of profit in 2023 through the top step, a lot of money, where most of them I lose on 2024 because previously when while I was trading, there was some mistakes I have done according to the platform. That's why now I keep saying if you can make $500 and you are able to request it out, request it out. My plan was to build a huge amount of buffer. That was the biggest mistake for my life. However, then actually I lost a lot in 2024, and from 2025 I stopped trading actually. But recently, last 2 months, I'm trading through the Take Profit Trader. I'm getting some payout actually, but this is not. This is just for the survival purpose. Uh, However, uh, all I would love to say, if you're trading through the the Prof firm, request the payout whenever you are eligible to request it. If it is $100, request it. That is the best advice I can give you, because if you are thinking like me, build a bigger buffer. It's the biggest mistake in my life I've done. So yeah, yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow's market is also open. We'll come here just to read the market because this is the greatest area to read the market. Okay, without thinking about entries, it's the greatest area to read the market. So we'll try to come here again, read the market only. Not interested to take any trade, just read the market like today we have done. Yeah, so I'm trading a 150 account for 45 days, trying to pass it, but I'm still at $2,000 plus only. What should I do? Should I copy? No, please don't do that. Don't copy my trade. If it is taking too long, and as you were saying, it you survived for 45 days. I promise you, brother, Miss, what is your name? Miss Turks. Brother, you are the trader. You are 1,000 times better than me. Do you know what is the important things in trading? Is surviving. You are surviving for 45 days, man. You have the strongest psychology ever. Don't let it go. Don't get disappointed. You are still struggling, keep struggling. In trading, the important thing is to survive, where you have already passed. You have already passed 45 days, man. This is awesome. Keep going, keep going. Try to pass it, try to pass it. When you'll pass it, don't change this habit. A lot of people have seen they have done it at the beginning and then later they change it. If you don't change it, I promise you, brother, you will be the most profitable trader around yourself. Whoever is trading, I don't know, but whatever it is, you will be the most profitable trader today or tomorrow. Just don't change this habit. Be Think like surviving. Don't look for the greedy, don't look for the FOMO. Be survival. And you are doing the right thing, brother. Take more time to pass it, but don't blow it. You will understand the importance of these things, brother, but not now. Later you will understand that when you will get the funded account. But if you can do that, like for example you are still holding it, go for the Tradify who have the direct funding, okay, something like that, direct funding. Then try to survive like this way, but just hold it, you will be survived. And this is the best habit of a trader, to survive. You are doing the great job, brother. Don't be disappointed. You are on the line. I'm not on the line. You are on the line, brother. Trust me, I won't be survived for 45 days. I won't be survived. The last account I survived. I don't know how. I was interested to blow that, and by anyhow I got the payout because I wanted to blow it. Otherwise, if I wanted to continue it, I knew that I would blow that account. 100%, man. You are better than me. You are on the right track. Don't change it. It's a request to you, brother. Gold trade active. Watch ICT Nora FX live now. Okay. Thank you, brother. You motivate me, brother. Golden words from you. Thank you. No problem, brother. Just don't change it, brother. Just don't change it. I don't think so. Anybody has any more question? Guys, please don't forget to push the like button. Subscribe to our channel if any of you are new. If you are not new, good luck. You later, okay? Yeah. So see you tomorrow, inshallah. God willing. Until then, cheers, guys.